Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. We're back. We're ready to go. Good to have you guys here, as always. We're ready for Tuesday. And like we put on the Daily Look Ahead show yesterday, you add Andre Drummond in case Vooch is out. And guess what? Vooch is out. And it's a groin strain, and he's going to miss multiple games. And a groin strain can, let's say minimum a week, 2 weeks. Like that's minimum 2 to me, 2 to 3 weeks. Who knows what happens after that? There's so many things that are interesting here. Obviously, we get ahead of things. So adding Andre Drummond, I think will work out. Yes, there'll be an issue with your free throw percentage. We know this, right? And he could have some bad games because he's not a very good player. We also know this. But the value has to be there. You have to get out ahead of it. Second is, Vooch, man, is so durable. Never misses a game. 82 games last season. Oh, yeah? Cool. Not only is he bad per game at the moment, or worse than he was, but now he's hurt. Can't rely on healthiness to be the thing that happens every year. At some point, much like I have with revenge games, I'm going to stop banging on about this because it's going to become evident to everybody. There will still be some that argue against it, but this is what happens. This is what happens. The final nail in the coffin will be when Mikal Bridges gets hurt for a long period of time. Knock on wood, it doesn't happen, but that'll be the final nail in that coffin. Maybe I'm being an asshole. Yeah, probably am. All right. Hello, everybody. Hope your Christmas was good. If you are here, can you hit the thumbs up? Can you hit that like? Can you subscribe? Notification bell. We're getting ready for all of the games. We'll do some dribble game today. We'll chuck the old thingo across. What do we call it? The lineup screen. The Nets did not change their starting lineup. The Spurs are keeping Julian Champagnie starting over Keldon Johnson. This is exactly. Well, no, it's not true. This is what I said in the preseason, that Keldon should come off the bench. I also said I think Julian Champagnie might be a better long-term prospect than Keldon Johnson, but not many people agree with that one. But here we are. Again, don't think Champagnie is better than Keldon at this point. I think he fits better with the lineup, and hopefully that enables it to get to that spot. Now, is Keldon good enough to hold on through a bench role? I'll give him today, and then when we do the little checklist thing at the end of today's recap show, you'll see him probably get jacked off, is my guess. It's my guess. I don't know yet. Let's bring this across. So someone put a question. Did I buy anything on Boxing Day? Daniel Chen. I worked on Boxing Day. Christmas Day, NBA games are on. No, I did not go out and buy anything on Boxing Day. What else is going on? Let's go through. Hello, everyone who is here. Yes, Vooch is officially out, Raymond. And yes, someone asked, is Drummond going to start? I honestly don't know what else they would do. So, yeah, unless you're going with Adama Sanogo, deeper leagues might want to look at Adama Sanogo, by the way. Drummond, yes, will be starting. So let's go. Let's see what else do we know about today. Yusuf Nurkic is listed probable. Straight after this show, there is going to be the... Marcus Smart's starting today. Straight after this show is the Look Ahead show for Wednesday. I've already recorded it. It's going to come straight after this. And you'll see in there I listed Yusuf Nurkic probable. He's now officially probable, but they've also just chucked Luka Doncic on as questionable with a quad issue. Marcus Smart starting today, so I'm guessing Vince Williams moves to the bench. He won't be out of the rotation, but he will be in that grouping. Let's see the lineups we've got confirmed. The Magic, Black Suggs, Wagner, Banchero, Carter. Suggs back, Harris to the bench. The Nets, there was some talk that maybe they changed their lineup, but they haven't. Kuzma's playing. That should be pretty straightforward. Now, there is a rumor with the Pistons that Isaiah Livers has been playing with the starters, which, of course, is insane because he's been terrible and hasn't been playing minutes. So do they start Duran, Livers, Bogdanovic, Ivy, Cunningham and put Asar and Stewart to the bench? Do they keep Duran on the bench? I'm shit scared of what that idiot team is going to do. Duran is starting and Stewart is starting. You absolute dickwads. Oh, my God. They're going, what is wrong with this team? I know you've got to try and snap the streak, but you started Isaiah Stewart at power forward for nearly all of these games, and it hasn't worked. I'm just reading some comments on basketball. So Karl Anthony Towns game time decision today. So Doncic questionable tomorrow. Irving out. Green out. Kleber out. Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. How was everyone's Christmas? I cannot believe that Pistons lineup. Stewart and Duran again. These absolute idiots. Imbeciles. Oh, actually, you know what? To be fair, putting Asar Thompson in there means you've got two non-shooters in Duran and Thompson. And Stewart allegedly can shoot. No one respects him. He's an idiot with the ball. He's not good offensively. But he can somewhat space. I do somewhat get it. But bloody hell. Can we just not? Do I start Andre Drummond in Games Cap? I've got him on my Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl Games Cap League. He's been on my bench waiting for a scenario like this all season. And yeah, he went straight into that lineup. He is absolutely 100% in. I need to go look at those lineups again. I think you can drop Asar Thompson. It's just not realistic that anything's going to happen anytime soon. Too much jerking around. So I think you can feel okay about doing that. Keontae George back today, by the way. We'll see how much he plays. But he's back. Just checking all my lineups to make sure they all are in the right spot. Yep. The Drummond one, man. Let's see if it works out. I hope it does. Well, I mean, again, who else are they going to play? I think Colin Sexton is now a pretty clear drop now that everybody is back, including Horton Tucker and George are both back, and Clarkson. Everyone's back, so I don't think Sexton is going to maintain those numbers. Let's go do I see I'll do this question first. Do I see Humpty Dumpty turning around? No, I don't. Would I drop TJD for Draymond if you see? Yes, I would. Although Draymond's not a good points league player, though, is he? But I probably would do that, yes. Do I drop Trey Murphy to stream Drummond? No, you don't. No, absolutely not. You got to have someone worse. Activate Jalen Johnson? Yes, I would. Am I watching the cricket? No, mate. I didn't watch a single second of it yesterday. I'll be watching the NBA. Watching the games. So, yeah, I won't be watching the cricket. Champagne could be something. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what Champagne can be. I'm not adding him in 12s or 14s. I'm adding him in deeper leagues, though. And I do believe in him a lot. Am I still wearing my bird dogs? I don't have them on today, actually. I got some different shorts on today. I'm not going to talk about them as much because they're not a sponsor, but they're still obviously really... I enjoy the shorts. They're great. I don't have them on today, though. All right. What else are we going to look at? Do you think... Cat game time decision. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Do you think the Pistons will win today against the Nets? I think they've got a sort of chance. I don't think they will, but they've got a sort of chance. Duran back helps a lot. Trae Young is playing. We've got that one confirmed. So what don't we know? We've got Killian Hayes had a questionable tag. He's in, actually. I just saw that. Killian Hayes is in. I'm certain of that. What else? Gallinari should be playing. Asar Thompson was probable he'll play. Zach Collins is probable. Wembanyama's playing. John Conchar's questionable. It doesn't really matter. Towns' question was the big one. And then we go to Portland for Ayton and Sharp as questionable. And then Charlotte for Brandon Miller questionable. Mark Williams doubtful, shockingly. And Kawhi still questionable as well. What did I just get pushed through? Then a bunch of info just dropped. I don't think anything important, though. I think it's all the stuff. Oh, yeah, the Wizards lineup is the same. Jones, Poole, Avdia, Kuzma, Gafford. That's confirmed now. So that should be all of the early lineups. I've got Hayes, Thompson, and Duran are all listed active, so they're all ready to go. Gallinari's active, so he should be fine. So everyone should be available and ready to go there. Let's do dribble game now. Let's see who have we got. Malik Monk and Klay Thompson. All right. Monk with the Lakers, Hornets, Kings. Who's played with Juan Toscano Anderson? Thank you. Okay. Back to questions. Is there any hope for Pirtle in Toronto? Of course there is. Just look, like last game wasn't good. Look at the game before. It was fine. He's still very comfortably top 100 this season. So, yeah, there is. Any updates on Levine? Apparently he's doing a little bit of running. So, early January is potentially he's returning. Is Dunn not usable? I'd be highly shocked if Dunn... He might play 0 minutes. So, is he usable? Like with Sexton, Clarkson, Horton, Tucker, and George there, you would say almost definitely not. Is it highly unlikely Eason plays in the back-to-back? Yeah, that's my expectation. David, I don't know what the point of Mark Williams being listed doubtful every game is. No idea. No idea. Pick up Lively to drop Clarkson. I would do that. You give me no context, but I would do that. Do we start Tari Eason in a games cap league? I don't think I would. I went to see if Andre Drummond was available for me to pick up because, I don't take my own advice. Yesterday, I was like, hey, go and grab him. I didn't even look yesterday. Obviously, busy with work and Boxing Day on here and Christmas Day games to watch. And I didn't go and take my own advice to see if Drummond was available. He's been added everywhere, of course, now because, people in my leagues also listen to my show and they're also very smart. Luckily, I already had him in one league, but yeah, didn't get the chance to go and do it because I'm an idiot. Sometimes I take my own advice, but yesterday there was so much chaos going on here with stuff happening and I didn't do it. So there you go. Minutes limit for Marcus Smart today. I think he's worth an ad. Doesn't mean he's going to be a must roster all season, though. But he's worth an ad. Do I see Peyton Watson's role increasing this? Not really, Stego Squid. I don't see how. He would have to take minutes away from Gordon or Porter, and I just don't really see that being possible. Better rest of season asset, White or Drummond? It's got to be White, because Vooch literally might miss 2 weeks. White is going to start all season. Do I think the Wolves make a solid playoff run? Do you think they've figured it out or more teams just worse this year? They've definitely figured it out. They're way better than they were. The problem I have with the Timberwolves is that if they lose Mike Conley, they're really in trouble. And if they lose Gobert, they're probably equally in trouble. They can work around with Towns. They can actually survive. Not great. Edwards is their best player, but if they lose him, they can sort of maneuver things around there. Without Conley, there's no point guard on this team. That becomes a problem. Can I make a solid play? Why not? They're the best team in the NBA at the moment. So I've got to have some faith at what they're doing and smashing a bunch of teams. It's got to be positive. Is Jalen Johnson confirmed playing? Yeah, I believe so. Nothing would suggest he isn't. I know there was a weird questionable tag on him yesterday, but I believe that's gone away. Okay. Would I trade Paolo and Jalen Williams for Jimmy Butler? No, I wouldn't. Part of the reason Butler's a buy low is that he's unreliable. Injuries, age, giving up those two guys, especially Paolo, who's already on the downswing, could push back up. No, I wouldn't do that. No. Is Derek Jones a 12-team player now that he starts? I think he's worth grabbing, yes. Any chance Eason gets 28 minutes per game this season? It's highly, like I've said all along, how? How does he do it? The only way he does it is if Dylan Brooks plays 29 a night, Jalen Green plays 24 a night, or Şengün or Smith get benched and play limited minutes. The pathway for him to do it is very unclear. 26 I can see. 28 a night on average means he's going to be getting way over that many games for the nights that he doesn't get to that. So it's really hard to get to 28. Really hard. Game of the day today. Brooklyn-Detroit. You're either going to see the record broken for most consecutive losses, or you're going to see a team with players literally crying on the court if they win. And that is good to watch. Yeah, there are legitimate stakes for that team in so many directions. That is a actual huge game. In terms of quality games to watch today, Minnesota OKC, very clearly the best game of the day. And we want Towns to play. That is, in terms of where's the best quality game, it's Minnesota OKC. Probably the best two teams out that's not Denver in the West. You could argue they're better than Denver. Well, they have been at times this season. Yeah, probably them. Is Kobe White going to be a whole win event? Yes, 100% he is. He's, as you're well aware, I drafted him and I told you to hold him all through the season. So, yes. Would I start Nas regardless if Towns plays or not? It would depend on my other options, Yawn. He's very borderline. He's very hot and cold. So, maybe. It just depends. Do I like Pat Williams more without Vooch? Yes, I do actually. A couple more shots to go his way. Yes. Who's hurt more from Draymond returning, Kuminga or Trace? Have to drop one to activate Duran. It's a really good question. At the moment, Trace is still the third string center. I would say that it's probably Trace. Does Ben play fantasy hoops? No, he doesn't. Yuri, he does not play. He doesn't even have a fantasy football team this season. He had a couple last year. He doesn't play. He doesn't go over any fantasy this year. Will Lively play the Wednesday, Thursday back to back? I believe that he will. Yes, but I don't know that. No other news. Nope. You still holding Ben Simmons? Geez, that's a waste. Do I think the Grizzlies end up making the playoffs? No, I don't. Would you drop Cole Anthony or Trey Murphy for Drummond? I would drop Cole Anthony for that one. Who is Zebek? Fake player. So, yeah, you could drop fake players for Melton. Is Vooch out long term? Yes. He has a groin strain. Long term, it depends how you define it. I would say minimum this week, probably 2 weeks. Could be 4. Just depends. They haven't updated us on that yet. Should we sit Keontae George tonight to avoid ramp-up BS? Yes, 100%. I wouldn't be bothered starting him. I've kept him in my IR today, actually. Do I consider Jabari Smith a sell high at his current ranking? Well, I did the sell high buy low show earlier today, and he was one of the names on my sell high shortlist. He didn't end up making it because I can see a reasonable case for him to maintain pretty close to it. Because I was looking, was he shooting like 58% from 3 or something? No, he was at like 36%. So, while yes, also no. Is Kobe White going to significantly drop when Levine? Zach, I know that you don't mean it this way, and I just to get an insight into the way this stupid brain works. You say this, and my thing goes, how could literally nobody knows this? You're asking me to predict things that nobody can know. Is he going to? I could be a smart ass and just say, I've got no one has any idea. Will he significantly drop? He's probably going to drop a little bit, I would guess, but he's been really good. He actually was starting to play better before Levine even got hurt. But is he going to drop now? Well, he's already dropped, right? He's already dropped over the last 2 weeks, as you saw on the buy low, sell high show today. So is he going to drop any further when Levine comes back? Like, almost definitely. He's going to lose some shot attempts, but he's still going to be good. And it doesn't actually... Killian Hayes out, actually. Just got listed out. It shouldn't actually matter with Kobe White. He's not going to drop enough where you drop him off your roster. His production's going to fall away a little bit. But unless someone's giving you a top 40 player in a trade, you don't need to worry about that too much. I've given my thoughts on Draymond's suspension duration a million times. And the thing is, David, you don't even know what the suspension duration is, and neither do I. And that's part of my biggest problem. I would have just given him a flat 20 games. But we don't even know how long he's out. And they're always way too lenient, the NBA, on suspensions. Will Scoot end the season as top 80? No chance. None. Will he be a top 80 player from here on out? Well, maybe there's a chance of that. Do I think the recent happenings with Draymond will impact his broadcasting career? No, I don't think so. Is Metu going to pop off again? Metu might play literally 0 minutes. Nurkic is back. Eubanks will probably be the backup, and Metu might get maybe 10 minutes backup forward. Who knows? No. So to answer that question, is he going to pop off? Again, I don't know, but I'd be floored if he did. Asked Quinn Snyder about the possibility of Hawks playing Jalen Johnson and Onyeka Okongwu and Clint Capella together. He said he wouldn't rule it out. Jalen at the 3, huh? Okay. Interesting. Drop Hartenstein to activate Duren. Oh, you're able to drop a top 80 player, are you? You must have somebody worse. Who loses the most value when LaMelo returns? What's the point of that question? Sorry, Sam. I know that's blunt of me. But what is it? Who cares, right? What it's going to be is everyone loses something. Hayward loses a bit. Washington loses a bit. Bridges probably doesn't lose much. Rozier loses quite a bit. Miller loses quite a bit. I would say Rozier doesn't lose much in minutes, but loses usage and ball handling. Miller loses a lot of minutes. Hayward loses some minutes as well. A lot of people are going to lose out. Who's the best point stream, Drummond or Ivy? Ooh, good question. Drummond. Do I watch much NBL? I don't have time to do that, my guy. Just another YouTuber, and so no, I don't. When will LaMelo be back? Thursday. Will Johnson have a minute restriction? I don't know. Can Brunson maintain top 20 in Yahoo? I would say probably not. Will Jaquez end up top 100? He's not. No, I don't. Okay, Wiss. I say a lot of things on the show, right? a lot. I talk a lot. And said his pod's official nickname now, the Nintendo DS. I was trying to remember how I got to calling him Nintendo DS. How did I get there? I honestly don't remember how I ended up calling him that. But I think I'm going to call him Switch. But I don't remember how I got there. Can you explain to me? Is a man going to get more minutes? I don't know, Aiden. Why is that I said that, hey, these questions are things that I can't answer, and everyone's just asking them now? Is he going to get more minutes? Maybe. Again, like with Tari Eason. How? Who does he take them away from? Play the 240 game. They could bench Jalen Green and Amen plays 25 a night, but it's very much not clear that that's going to happen. Should you use your number 2 waiver claim on Klay Thompson? I don't value waiver claim priority at all, not for a single second. If you think Klay Thompson's going to help you, go and add him. Is Klay Thompson very good? No, he's fine. He's on a little hot streak at the moment. He probably should be rostered, so go and grab him. I just do not care for waiver priority at all. Cameron Johnson, rest of the season outlook. Any improvement? Yes. Just trying to find the Killian Hayes news. See, there's this that he's listed out. We've got him listed active. Underdog has him listed out. Let me go and have a look. The official NBA feed has him active. So I'm just going to go do some research here, help Kyle out. Don't see it. Has anyone seen it? No, I can't see it either. So where'd they get that info from? That's weird. Let's check their tweet. Is it still up or has it been deleted? Oh, they've still got his listed out. I don't know. Unless it was from a pre-game show, which I'm not watching because I'm obviously here. Yeah, I guess who knows? All right. We'll keep an eye on that. What are my thoughts on Steve Kerr's comments on fouls in the Christmas Day game yesterday? All right. So I'll tell you what I think about it. I think he's 100% correct. But also don't think he's always in a position to talk about that. Because, again, coaches, he's never going to come out and say it if his team's benefiting from it, which they have in the past. They're not a huge foul drawing team, of course. But he's right. Nobody wants to watch, including me, specifically me, vocally me, games where it's just free throw after free throw. I want to see guys bang into each other a little bit. Like, especially, like, look, think of one of the Paul Reed fouls. I think maybe his 4th foul. It was like they tried to lob it over the top of him for Bam to catch it under the hoop, and they sort of banged into each other. It was called a foul on a catch of a lob. Like, bro, just, if you're going to call that, anytime someone touches somebody else, it needs to be a foul, and no one wants to watch that. If I ever reffed an NBA game, which of course will never happen, every player would try to murder me, and everyone would go, what is actually going on with this game? Because I'd just be like, hey, play on, keep going, get up, shut up, just play on. I don't believe in any of this soft bullshit that they call. I'll just be play on. But anyway, that's where we're at. George is coming off the bench. Keontae George, that is. Let's see where they So are they starting? Horton Tucker then? Or done? I haven't seen the Jazz lineup yet. Limited minutes for George. Well, at least he's back. I just saw something then. What was it? Minutes restriction coming off the bench. There you go. For Keontae. Islam, I know that Ken has been looking into it. I don't know. I don't run the site. I don't run the tech. So I don't know. I assume he's going to come at some point. Is Asara waiver adding Cat probably the worst? Why would you look to add him now after he's been benched again? And I just said to drop him, so no. There you go. I called him does shit. There you go. The DS. Pajemski. There you go. We'll call him Switch then. I just completely forgot that I'd said that. What did I get for Christmas? I'm pretty old. Like, I don't need to get much. I got a pair of, my partner bought me a pair of Gucci velvet loafers as because I honestly had no like formal shoes. I have none. I had a pair of like Oxford boots and that's it. I had no formal shoes at all. So I got a pair of velvet Gucci loafers / slippers. Do I want the Pistons to break their record? Yes, only because hopefully it enables them to make more common sense moves and fire the front office or do something. I want them to be as bad as possible now so that all this bullshit can be cleared up. So yes, I do. What does Australia think of David Blatt? I don't think Australia has any real thoughts on David. I literally haven't thought of David Blatt in years, so nothing. What's the reason I rarely discuss turnovers when doing daily recaps? They're still worth it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yes, it is the correlation factor in that to win a head-to-head league, usually you need more games played during a week. Yeah, that is, we look to get more games there. We look to get more counting stats in. Turnovers are the most highly correlated stat, and they're the most highly correlated stat with two separate categories, points and assists. So if you're prioritizing turnovers, you're deprioritizing two other categories, which are more stable and higher volume. And if you're always looking to get games advantages, you're always going to be getting more turnovers. And if you're in a situation where you've got injuries or a game's played disadvantage in a week, you know you're gonna end up winning most of the time? Turnovers, without even trying. They artificially inflate rankings. You can win them very easily without paying any attention to it. They're just a nonsense category that people get caught up with when talking about ranking numbers that lead them to misevaluate players. That's why. So there you go. Do I think fantasy basketball requires more skill than fantasy football? Probably. I've only played like fantasy football once in the last 10 years or so. And I won. W me. More skill? Probably, yes. Because football, the way it's played is really weird. Obviously, it's only points. But everything swings on the back of a touchdown. You get a 2-touchdown game, and that player's all of a sudden a god. And that's so hard to be able to predict. It's not like an accumulation type of sport. So random players can pop off and have 3 1-yard rushes for 3 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're a god one week and never do anything again. And that just doesn't happen as much in basketball. Drop Keldon to activate Jalen. That's interesting. I think I probably would, yeah. Games Cap League, shouldn't it be tanking assists since turnovers will balance it out? I'm not really sure what you mean, Flame. Explain again. You should look to sell Derek White high if someone gives you a top 20 player back. Because that's what he currently is. That's what he's rolling at. He may not stick there, and in fact, I'm pretty sure he won't. But you should, consider that. Zach Collins is in. The only statuses we don't have are the later ones. Towns, Ayton, Sharp, Miller, Mark Williams, lol, and Kawhi. Do I think Kawhi will play today? Yes, I do. Would I drop Karras for Keontae? Honestly, I don't think people are going to be rushing to add Keontae George, who's been struggling and is on a minutes limit and coming back from an injury. So I'd probably just like to wait on that. Do I like the new Kobe's? Which one's Yellow Mamba? Do you mean the Kobe 4s, the Gift of Mamba, the black ones? I'm trying to get a pair of them, but we'll see. How does Bilal look on the floor? Pod looks like he knows what he's doing. Bilal looks good or lost. Bilal looks good on the floor. He's not as... He doesn't look as good as Pods does, I don't think, but Bilal looks good, especially defensively. Offensively, he's a little lost, but defensively, he looks good. Like in Roto, if you tank assists, you should be winning in turnovers. Yes, 100%. That's exactly right. That nearly always the case. If you have low assists, you will nearly always win the turnover category. That's just what happens. Yes, correct. Sorry, I didn't really understand what you were saying. All right, we are going to get out of here because it is almost time for these games to allegedly start. So we'll get out of here. Thanks, everyone, again for being a part of the show. If you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe and notification bell, leave your comments down below as well. And also stay tuned straight after this as we hit the Daily Look Ahead show that is coming up. Hope you guys had a good Christmas, and we'll be back later on with the Daily Recap show of all 9 games from Tuesday. I'll see you guys then, and if anything breaks, maybe there's a Marvel post-credit scene. I'll see you later.